Welcome back. Well, let's talk about a company which is Dr. Agarwal's Eye Care. That particular company is in focus as its parent company has raised funds, has raised over 1,000 odd crores from TPG and Temasek. So if you look at Dr. Agarwal's Eye Hospital, which is basically the listed subsidiary of the parent company, it's actually just about 20% away from its 52-week high and is up 100% from its 52-week low. It has a market cap of around 300 odd crores, but is in a very interesting space, which is basically in the eye care segment. So let's talk more about the parent company raising funds and what this actually means for the subsidiary, whether or not there could be a possibility of a reverse merger, eventual listing of the holding company as well. We have Dr. Amar Agarwal, who's the chairman at Dr. Agarwal's Eye Hospital, joining in now. Dr. Agarwal, hi, thank you very much for taking the time out. If you could start by just detailing the 1,000 crores that you've raised from TPG and Temasek for the parent company, what would it mean for the overall plans for the company as well as the possibility of listing, because eventually these PEs will want to exit?
Thank you very much, Ekta. First of all, it's nice to be here on your show. Now, what we have done is in Agarwal Healthcare, which is the parent company, has got the highest ever equity infusion in the eye hospital segment in India, and that was 1,050 crores, as you just mentioned. And we got this from two big players. One is TPG, the Texas Pacific Group, which is among the top 4 global equity players, and Temasek, which is the sovereign fund of Singapore. Now, basically what it has done for us is, one, as I told you just now, it's a record investment which has come into the system. But what are we going to do with it? At present, just to inform your viewers, we have about 105 eye hospitals, in which 15 are in Africa and the remaining are in India. And we are planning now to scale this up and take this in the next 2-3 years to 200 eye hospitals. Plus, we are also adding to that 500 eye clinics, which will go into the smaller segments like the tier 3 cities, etc. So totally, effectively, in the next 2-3 years, we will be having 700 centers across India and also across Africa. As I told you, we have 15 in Africa. We are in, let's say, Mauritius, Nigeria, Ghana, everywhere. We will deep dive into those countries where we are already there. Like, let's say in Ghana, we have 1 in Accra. We might expand more, or we might go into some new countries. But effectively, the 15 will become approximately about 40 to 50.
Right. We take that point. We take that point, Dr. Agarwal. There are great expansion plans that you have, but the street is wanting to know that you raised 1,000 crores at the parent company level, where you have a listed company as well. So at some point, do you have a plan to reverse merge the two and make the listed company a lot more valuable than it is currently? Can you give us some?
Great point, Mangalam. First of all, nice to hear you also, Mangalam. So now the point is this. So what we are planning is, since we just closed the fundraise now we are starting to work with the investment bankers who will take us to the process. So we are basically, obviously, there are 2 processes which we are looking at. One is the reverse merger, which is a simpler method. The second which we are looking at would be perhaps going in for a IPO and getting the parent company listed and merge the subsidiary with the parent. According to me, this should happen in the next 12 to 24 months, depending upon the market and the advice given to us. But that is what the next aim of the company and the organization will be. This will open up the Pandora's box also. One more thing, remember, Ekta and Mangalam, which I want to tell you all is, we have got such a huge investment. But remember, the bigger picture is, in India, we have 1.2 to 1.8 crore blind. This is the existing scenario, in which 55% is because of cataract, which is treatable blindness. So you can imagine the magnitude of the problem. And when I told you we have 700 centers coming up, there will be 700 optical shows, because already in the 105 centers which we have optical stores also in it. So obviously, when that will expand, you will have about 700 optical stores in this entire group.
All right, optical stores as well. So we'll get to that in just a bit. But I just wanted more details about what TPG and Tamasek's plans will be, because we do understand you had one investor which is now exiting, which is ADV from the promoter group. So what exactly is the shareholding pattern for the promoter group? And by when are Tamasek and TPG's when are they planning to probably exit? Because Tamasek is an old holder in the company already. So what are the plans in terms of exiting eventually? What is the shareholding pattern? Are you looking for more investors to come through?
At present, you see what happens is this. Both Tamasek and TPG are long-term players. First of all, let's understand it. Okay, we were very happy with ADV's team with us. But when they have taken this exit and TPG has entered the picture in, both TPG and Temasek are obviously long-term players. So we are trying to create a solid valuation for all the stakeholders of the organization. Saying that, remember one more thing. When the organization is going to this size of 700 centers, which is a huge number for an eye hospital chain.
We understand your CapEx plans, and it's great that you're reaching out and trying to solve the problem that the healthcare problem that India faces when it comes to eye conditions. Just wanted to understand what the shareholding pattern for the promoter group looks like, and are you looking to get more investors on board? If you could just elaborate.
At present, in our shareholding, we are holding the majority, and the other two players are TPG and Temasek. So basically, it's among three of us only. So whether we get a new investor on board or we go for the IPO, perhaps time will tell us within the next 12 to 24 months. Right now, we have the cash to expand. So right now, we are not looking at immediate getting a new investor on board. Plus, the two players whom you already mentioned, TPG and Temasek, have deep pockets, as you know very well. So tomorrow, if we want money, I'm sure TPG and Temasek themselves can fund us very easily. So as of now, yes, we can look at some new investors, but it's not in the scope right now. More than the scope is, as you said, to go for the IPO within the next 12 to 24 months, which I think is a further plan.
Just quickly, the last fundraise that you did, 1,050 crores at what valuation was that? Can you tell us? What
we have the valuation at about 3,000 crores.
All right. So that 33% equity is what you offloaded for about 1,050 crores to TPG and Temasek. Right. Take that point. Thank you so much, Dr. Agarwal, for joining in.
Wish you both all the best.
All right. Thank you for joining in. Wish you good luck for the IPO that you promised over the next 18 to 24 months as well. With that, as we take a break, here's some great